Hello, my dear friends. Best greetings from England and from Ukraine. We're making
Morning
together
from Great Britain.
very special stream. I'm in Ukraine. Hello, and Irina in United Kingdom in
Yeah.
England.
Greeting from Brackley, from England.
What is the region? Is Brackley?
So I'm now just in the city center. This is the town center. This is small town Brackley. And just nearby the big old town hall. It looks like castle. I can show you more. So Brackley is Northampton region, but it's just on the border with Oxfordshire. So it's about 20 miles to Oxford. That is why I like this town. It's close to Oxford, it's close to Bunbury. It has beautiful lake, I'm going to show you. It has very good library with free drinks and a lot of books and coffee shops. So you can see that town center is not the big. Here is the town hall, the old building from the 16th century. By the way, on the top there was Ukrainian flag, but just now they changed to the British one.
Yeah, okay. Now you're not in Ukraine, but in Britain.
Yeah, but Ukrainian was very suitable to this place.
So British are very compassionate and sympathizing to Ukrainian
Yeah,
people.
they help a lot to Ukrainian. This is the monument to the soldiers in the war who died in the war, in the First and the Second World War. So they make in Great Britain popular such kind of monument, the tall one with cross on the top, not like in Ukraine or Russia with motherland statue, much smaller. Yeah, but also nice. So here people put cross, flowers, as you see. Yeah, from 1945, the name of soldiers from that period. So here a lot of different small shops, small companies. There
Be
is
careful on the
my
road.
favorite coffee shop, Costa.
All right.
Yeah, big discount. They make discount for drinks. I like. So rather small town. We live here in temporary accommodation, and we really happy because this is spring, this is summer, and here great nature and peaceful, not bombing like in Kyiv, you know.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, the situation in Ukraine is very complicated and very unpleasant because even today at night time we had some troubles near Kiev as well with some shooting. I heard it at night shooting, and it was written now in official news that approximately 18 rockets have been flying on the territory of Ukraine, and 15 were shut down. But it was even some kind of explosion. It was officially approved in Pozняki region. So there is no electricity or water supply in Pozняki region now. So this night was not very quiet, even in Kiev. But
Yeah,
fortunately, our air defense system is working very well.
yeah,
So, so it's strong, and we believe in our air defense system and in our Ukrainian army.
yeah, yeah. Ukrainian army is the best in the world. We just waiting for the time when we can come back to motherland, home, you know. But I think this time for personal development, for gain new knowledge, improve your English, have some experience in working in England. So I'm really grateful to English people that give us such opportunity to work here and get new knowledge.
But for example, what did you surprise in the social system the most? Oh, several examples of surprising situations in United Kingdom, for example.
What do you mean exactly?
Well, for example, you go for shopping and you're surprised with this this material, this food I never seen before, but it's very tasty.
Ah, that's in England. This is small country, and it did not product many like food, but actually they product a lot of things. Like here in this region where I am, it's from the old time it was very agricultural region. Until now, many people have here sheep, have cows, and I travel by bus to another town, I have seen a lot of different animals on fields. Now it's really cute because they are big small one and they live there all years long. They have no some shelter, sarai like in Ukraine. They just live outside, and it impressed me a lot because they look like semi-wild here.
Right, because we have just some space for just walking around.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, yeah. It's
but food,
absolutely amazing. That is why the prices for beef it's much more cheaper here. I think probably even cheaper than in Ukraine. I don't know. For instance, you can buy a half of kilo of uh, beef meat for £2.50. It's like
$5.
yeah,
$5,
it's like 100 green, I think, or till 100 green, like this.
1 pound
But
is about $2 maybe now.
yeah, uh, 1 pound costs like 35 grivna now, yeah, I think. Yeah, so this is like 90 pound, 90 grivna. But my mom is really happy because she can try different food here. Here, a lot of different food. you know, in Banbury, for instance, this is the town that is famous with Polish community, and there are several different Polish shops. So we can buy there a cheese, traditional of a cheese, because in British shops I have not seen them. We can buy sausages. We can buy different kefir, sour milk. So we are quite happy here because we still, regard to Polish people, we have this other products here.
And I guess these products are tasty and very
Yeah.
good quality.
Yeah. Probably you have seen my video with my son where we cook pancakes, blinchiki.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so we bought cheese from Polish shop, and many English people were asking where you bought there. You got the cheese because they don't know about it. But I told that you should to go to Polish shop for this.
You mean like for this dish you used not yellow cheese but white cheese, white
Yeah,
milky
white,
cheese. Yes,
white coated cheese, but
yeah.
this is not similar like here. Here they have more like um, it's more rare, but we have proper
Yes,
coated
yes, I
cheese.
understand what you mean. Yes, yes, I understand.
Just
Yeah.
with this cheese, you can make pancakes, blinchiki, Ukrainian ones. So the life quite good here. You know that I work part-time, like 3 days a week in pub, in I think the best pub in England, in United Kingdom. If I can make some advertisement, this is
What is
the
the
old,
name? What is the
yeah,
name?
this is the old auctioneer, Starry Actionnaire. Old
All
auctioneer
right.
pub in
This is
Banbury.
funny. Oh,
I think I don't know about other places, but I'm very happy with people who I work with. There are work international group, Greek people on the kitchen, manager are from Spain or from Romania. We are from Ukraine. There are lots of British young people from, I think, um, 14 years old, because many pupils, many kids who now in school, after the school, they go to work in pub.
But
So
this pub probably, as you said about auctioneer, do we have a kind of special decoration
yeah,
like
we
in
have a lot
museum?
of different old things. We have the big barrel from the 16th century there are, and I have idea to make video about this pub as
Yes,
well.
yes, will be very good idea, because if we allow to do some short video, of course, you
Yeah,
need to ask permission, of course,
I will
because
ask the
sometimes
manager.
people have some restrictions, but British people are usually very open, so very polite, very welcome. So probably we can say, okay, we allow to do this video inside our building, inside the pub. It will be very interesting.
By
Only
the
a
way,
little bit noisy,
pub,
maybe.
yeah, this pub is the most famous with wings. English people, I don't know why they like chicken wings. It's like traditional dish for them, and they travel many miles to our pub for eat these wings.
Right.
There are it's called incredible wings. We have also barbecue wings and different sticky wings. They have different sauce, but our pub keep the secret how to make these wings,
Yes, yes,
how
yes.
to make this sauce.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Something very special.
Yeah. So I can say it from inside that people are really great, because there are different workplace in Ukraine, in Great Britain as well. I had different experience when I was working as a waitress in Ukraine. So I am just impressed how people relate, how they, what kind of relation they have, how managers speak to the waitress or to the woman lady who wash just dishes. There are here everybody equal. It does not have the much meaning what do you do. If you simple worker or you are manager, you have the same right here. So I'm hope that we will have such kind of relation also in Ukraine.
Yes, this is a big difference. Like some people say, this is a crazy capitalistic system. Only work, 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 and no relations between workers. No communicate, no talks, no politeness. Only work, work, work. No, in Britain, in civilized countries, relations, communication between people very polite and very good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably it depends of the workplace,
Yes,
because
of course.
yeah,
Yes.
some Ukrainians girls, the ladies, they work in the um, how it's called, the warehouses, where they put together different stuff or boxes, and they told that it's a lot of work that you should to do the long shift, and they would like to have money from this, and it's more difficult. And it's sometimes you are sick but you need to go to work. But in my place it's really great, because if I was sick or my son was sick, I just called them and they told, don't worry, we will be okay. Everybody very very supportive, so I'm happy.
If possible, can you tell a few words about your son, Marianne? If he happy in school, in first grade of school, first or second?
Yeah. We changed his school because we moved to this town. The great school, yeah, he just very adopted very quickly. He has also Ukrainian friend in school. Here is one lady from Chernivtsi who have two children, small children. and the council give you accommodation here. So this is really great that we have a lot of friends here, some women with children from Ukraine, and we almost every day we meet, we go to park, we go to the playground, so kids are happy here. No. Because
But
in village it was more difficult because you need to take bus to somewhere, but here just 5 minutes and you go to park.
so school is very close.
Yeah, very close. This is just 5 minutes walk.
Yes, it's great. So your son didn't say very difficult. I do not understand. Very
No.
difficult.
Oh no,
No.
no, no. First time he was impressed. He was like just listen. He does not talk. Just listen to them. But after 2 weeks, his teacher told that, oh, I understand. He understands me. He does not speak, but he understands. But in 2 months, he becomes speak like a native with specific British accent. Their teacher has a very good accent, British accent, and he speak also. He told them, Mama, you don't write. This is the right words.
Correct.
So I learned from him. Yeah.
So sometimes some expression.
Yeah, here very nice library, and there are a lot of English books for kids, different kind of book. So every time he take like 5 books to home, and I need to read to him. It's nice, but he also started to read by himself. He actually knew some simple words. The teacher give them special book with different words, so they started to read as well.
So
Yeah.
what kind of do we have a kind of homework for at the school?
Yeah, homework. This is just they give the small book, and there are on every page words with pictures, so they can read them and practice in such way. So here, I think the education here much more simple than in Ukraine. They don't learn ABCD
Alphabet?
alphabet. They don't learn. They learn sound. First of
All
all, they
right.
learn sound, and after they make a word from them. And I don't know about alphabet, but I think you know that in English you read one something in one way, and it's more complicated. So I think they have very good system here for adopt kids to the reading and writing.
But you said that you are communicating with some Ukrainians who live nearby, with some locals outside of your job. How to say? Do people surprised?
I try to change a bit position because it's a bit noisy. Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what is the attitude of people who didn't know you, but, for example, you visited some exhibition, some during holidays, you visited during this canal, met some people in a shop and say, oh, you are interested in artist. How people react if you are asking them, how do they think about Ukrainians? If you say, I'm from Ukraine, what did they say?
Many people have very good attitude towards Ukrainian. For instance, when I started just working pub, I was sometimes it was very difficult to understand people what they want, and we have a lot of different dishes, English, British dishes that I did not know. But if I tell that I'm sorry, but I'm not local, and they ask where you from, I told that's from Ukraine. They were really very polite and don't worry, it's okay. If you tell to people that you just started, that this is your second or third day, they are really very helpful. Yeah. And they try to give you some tips. Here, by the way, in Great Britain, in all places, all tips going not directly to the waitress. It's a sharing between kitchen, between a manager, between everybody. So we gathered them, and after they pay us together with salary.
You have additional payment plus salary.
No, actually, to my card, it's coming like one payment, but they send also the documents and tell that's how much salary you have and how many tips you have. How
Right.
much.
Oh, okay. So tips is a good always.
Yeah. You know that's the minimum wage here in England is 10-40 pound an hour. Yeah,
Right.
but if you have tips, it's like probably 14 pound an hour, 13, 14. So it's good, really. Yeah. Yeah.
You told that you had some training in museum and in several places. Did you have time to visit a museum just in Oxford or some like in Oxford? Every street is like a museum, by the way.
Yeah. I'm happy because British Museum, Pitt River Museum, give us opportunity to go to Oxford. They provide free transport. No, they pay for our trip. So I'm really happy. So every Monday we go to Oxford for this museum training. Sometimes next Monday and two next Monday we don't go there because we have festival here. It will be coronation. Great Britain going to have new king.
Yeah, officially.
Yeah, officially. Yeah, so we don't go there, but I already passed the half of my tour. I provide tour about Ukrainian items that are in Pitt River Museum. There is Kamyana Baba, the stone lady from the old time. You can see this video on my YouTube channel as well. There are Krashan pisanki, the Easter eggs. There is embroidery and a lot of different things from Ukraine, from Russia. So I'm going to make a Ukrainian tour in British Museum.
Yeah, that's interesting because this museum didn't have such special trained historian who just explain about it and who came from Ukraine.
Yeah, you know that here many Muslim people, Muslim refugees from Syria, and they talk about Muslim culture. But as well, there are in museum many Orthodox or Christian items from the Eastern Europe, and they don't know about them very well. So every time they waiting for me, Ira. Okay, new story.
Right. And you are professional historian, so you have university education, so you're professional guide with historian background. This is your advantage.
That, sometimes it does not depend of the education. When I started my YouTube channel, I make a live video about Ukrainian history. So during preparing this live video, I learned a lot of history as well.
Yeah.
So I make video from the old time to nowadays, and it helped a lot me because when I make tour for museum, I just it's this period I can combine this with other story, and it helped a lot when you already have some general historical knowledge in your head.
Okay, your very good historian background education gives you motivation to enlarge your knowledge, to
Yeah, you
increase
know that
your.
Pitt River Museum in Oxford is just perfect place for me. I'm really happy because it's very suitable for me. Many people complain that they need to start their life in Great Britain from zero level, that their knowledge don't need anybody, but here are places where your knowledge is very valuable. So you need just find such kind of place.
All right, very good idea.
Yeah,
Very good.
even history, it looks like history of other country, Ukraine, but people are really interested because here many objects from Ukraine. So
Yeah, and also there are some private museums.
yeah, I'm not sure about. There are private collection because this museum was started by Pitt River, the British militaries who took part in the Crimea War in 19th century, and his hobby was collectioner. He gathered different historical things, and when he came back to Great Britain, he started this museum.
But this museum of this military person, this museum belong to the state or just state organization like
He gave all his collection to the Oxford University, and this museum is now part of Oxford University collection.
but
So,
Oxford University probably also not a state university. I'm not quite sure.
yeah, I'm not sure, but Oxford University they do the great job because they have library, they have museum, they have wonderful park. Probably one video can make from the park in Oxford. It's really nice, nearby river, and in Oxford where can find many natural places, waterfall. So I like Oxford. It's quite intelligent and old town, big, specific.
But for example, as I'm biologist, in our Natural History Museum or Natural Scientific Museum of Natural History in Kyiv, we have 5 different floors with archaeology, zoology, paleontology, botany, geology. In Oxford Museum, we have also biology or zoology wings as well. Have you visited part with zoology exhibition, or maybe in the future?
Here nearby Pitt River Museum is the Museum of Natural History. And I did a short video for your channel about this zoologist part of museum. With butterfly, with different bugs. So really nice place also for visit for zoologists like you or your follower. So welcome to Oxford Natural History Museum, big dinosaur, big different animals and insects.
Actually, you said about this idea of possible this communication streams online. So because you said, can we communicate on telephone? This is a good idea. For example, maybe we can try to make this video either from air. For example, I can be in a park in Kyiv
Okay, yeah.
because I recognized very interesting idea for me and for people in Ukrainian people. Quite interesting to know a little bit more or very much more new information from you when you are in Britain. But for you, you are interested a little bit in news from Ukraine.
Yeah, I already so miss Kyiv, you know, that's when I see these places, I'm just, because I was tour guide and I visited them many times with my tourists, so I know that the war will finish and we come back and I will continue this tour in case. So I will be really happy to see these places. So I'm going for the coffee and so we meet here with you.
Okay, we can try to make a second part of this video
In 20 minutes.
in
Like
half an hour, 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
Okay, so keep in touch. Thank you
Okay,
for people who
see
visited
you.
us during
See
this
you.
part of
Yeah.
stream. To be continued, and with our greetings from Kiev and hello from another for people and
Yeah,
from
see
Britain.
you soon. Yeah, see you.
See you soon
I'm
on our
waiting to
channel.
see you in Kyiv.
To be continued.
So.
Okay.